Dragonfly. So welcome back to another video and hope everyone's had an amazing day. My name is Jai. If you're new, we are back with Chill's top 10 scary videos that can cure constipation. So sit back, relax, get your snacks. Do not be frightened. Seeing this image right here, I'm seeing right now, it looks like we're in a video game, but you might never know what goes on in the deep depths of the caves. So sit back, relax, let's video.
Hang on to your laxatives. These top 10 scary videos are
Laxative, that's
guaranteed
funny.
to cure your constipation. Number 10, Scary Stalker. TikToker Hey It's Phoebes has a warning to be careful, and she has the security footage to back it up. Her door camera caught this alleged stalker in her apartment building. She says she had just gotten off work and didn't notice anyone following her, but someone was. The stalker apparently kept Sentiel outside her door for 2 hours, walking past back and forth as though on a stakeout. A second video shows him repeatedly walking past her door, sometimes acting as if everything's normal, sometimes ducking out of sight. He is seen at 10:50 and at 11:05. He walks past again at 11:14, and then Phoebe's boyfriend shows up at 11:35. This serves as an unfortunate reminder to be as aware of your surroundings as possible.
What's your
You
intentions,
never know
my
who
guy?
is following you. Number 9, Graveyard Ghost. Despite negative assumptions about them, witches were not all evil. This is evident by the story of Mary Miller Jason of York, Maine. She was gifted in producing healing methods to help the locals in her town. Sadly, she fell victim to the witch hunt and was sentenced to hang in 1774. She's buried in the Old York Cemetery to this day, and many locals claim her friendly spirit continues to roam the grounds. Almost a decade ago, a group of friends ventured to the cemetery in an attempt to communicate with Mary. After much searching with no finds, one decides to stand by her grave alone, while the others stand nearby. As they are filming the lone individual, an apparition manifests behind them, resembling a woman with long hair, but only her torso and head are visible. At close glance, it appears the apparition gently places her hands on the man's shoulders, rests for a moment, and then stands straight again before doing so again. The man leaves and the apparition disappears. Due to the video quality, it is hard to distinguish any other features other than arms and a torso, as well as a head, but it moves fluidly as if it were a person. Could this have been the spirit of Mary, comforting the man or possibly trying to get his attention? The video ends claiming the man was never the same after that, which is ominous indeed. It is unknown if this was a joke, and there are certainly claims the video is faked. It is also possible the uploader found the video and added their own captions to it. At this point, it is up for viewers to decide if it's real or not. Number 8, Mysterious Bagman. You've never seen more chilling doorbell footage. Published to YouTube by Ryan Godoy in April of 2020. This creepy doorbell footage is beyond the pale. Taken from a doorbell security camera, this homeowner receives a suspicious visitor in the middle of the night. The creepy visitor is seen walking along the sidewalk outside the home before he takes a sharp turn up the walkway leading to the front door. After meandering slowly up the path, he stands at the end of the walkway between two bushes. His head is covered with a bag, 2 eye holes cut out for the perp to see through. He's wearing gloves and is holding something in his right hand. In the distance, a police siren sounds. The perp looks around for a second before placing whatever he's holding on the ground in front of him. He then slowly turns around and walks halfway down the sidewalk before taking a left and cutting through the homeowner's front lawn. Before we can even wonder what he's left behind, a chair that's on the front porch starts to move, scraping across the porch. A white robe hanging off a column blows off its hook suddenly, though it doesn't appear windy outside. Then the terrifying bagman makes a sudden and unexpected reappearance, ringing the doorbell before walking out of sight again. The front lights turn on. The homeowner opens the door and looks around. He spots the mysterious package that was left on his porch. It turns out to be a plastic bag with what appears to be a figurine inside. The man looks around again, then quickly returns inside and locks the door. When he does, he soon discovers he's not alone. Several sounds occur at once. A baby crying, horrific screaming from, I presume, that same man, and banging, lots of banging. Whatever was in that plastic bag must have come to life. When it silences a bit, Bagman is at the front door again. This time he simply opens it and walks inside, locking the door behind him. A couple more thuds are heard. And Bagman walks outside with the plastic bag in his hands. He turns to look at the security camera before casually walking away. I figured this video had to be real, but according to the description, this is actually a short horror film and Ryan is the director, which is a relief because I thought something terrible happened here and it had me shook. At least our constipation is cured. Number 7, creepy haunted house. While doing a walkthrough of a haunted house, the paranormal starts playing on this investigator's fears, published to YouTube by Shocking Paranormal in January of 2012. This scary video is both shocking and paranormal. After the guy has been inside the house for a bit, he finds a faucet that is turned on. The faucet was off before. He leaves the bathroom and enters the living room. Panning the area, the camera encounters a creepy skull that's sitting in the middle of the floor. He notes that it too was not there before. As he goes to pick it up, a bang is heard in the other room.
What the hell, that was not there before? What the hell is that?
He crosses to where he heard the noise and enters the laundry room. The door draws closed behind him on its own, and a weird sound is heard. It sounds like a laugh.
The door just shut by itself, I'm not kidding.
Not me, not I.
Later, while in the kitchen and dining room area, he asks if there's anything here and if it can make a noise. The entity responds in kind. Something raps repeatedly in the other room.
If there's anything here, could you please make a noise? I'll show you.
And yet he continues through the house. That's when he runs into an actual figure. A shadowy figure moves across an adjacent room backlit by a window, its head bent. Is this what's been making all the racket? While in a dark office, the racket turns melodic. As something or someone starts singing faintly, it giggles. While he hears voices and looks for the source, nothing more reappears. But his camera glitches. What happened to the investigator? Did he live to post this footage? Or was it found by someone else? Number 6, Karachi Gin. captured on video near a tomb or shrine in Karachi. This jinn is just waiting to enter someone's soul. Published to YouTube by iScary Media in January of 2015. The video was taken on a dark path at night. Among some trees right next to the tomb, a spooky figure appears. At first you can see only a blank pale face, but when the camera zooms in, its distinct features appear. The original uploader says his cousin filmed this video and claims that one of his friends became possessed the very same night of this visit. Was he possessed by this creepy demon? If so, I can guarantee that his constipation was cured. Number 5. Randonautica Stalker. When you're being stalked while out on an innocent Randonautica adventure, it's probably time to call it a night. Published to YouTube in July of 2021, Near Shadows gets the feeling that someone is following them. The first evidence of this is when the Randonautica takes them to an empty warehouse or factory. Jeremy sees what he describes as a shadow figure cross along the back of the warehouse. We're not sure what he's seeing here, but we'll take the spirit's word for it.
Whoa. I just feel like I saw like a little figure go. What did it just say? Vice. Vice?
Fear me.
Oh.
When they ask the spirit through an app whether that was him running at the other end of the room, the spirit answers Vice and then adds, "Fear me. Are you afraid?" Later they are brought to a creepy cemetery where they not only sense but see someone. Jeremy turns his light on and flashes it towards the gravestones, asking what the stalker is doing in the graveyard.
Don't put your light on him.
Hey!
Stop.
Hey, what are you doing?
They start following him and say he's running off. Soon they lose him as he races down into the trees in the woods. Not long after, they decide to leave, but when they arrive where they left their car, it's gone.
Babe, the car was right here.
Wait, hold on. Let me do my panic thing. Shh.
Tina brings out her phone and hits her panic button. Off in the distance, the car alarm goes off.
How did he get up there?
I heard it.
Who relocated their vehicle? Who is playing these tricks on them? Or is it their minds playing the tricks? They spot Jones's headstone off to the left, which is the stone they first saw when they rolled into the cemetery. To the right is the same series of small headstones that greeted them. Their memories aren't failing them. So why is their car not where they left it? Randonautica stalkers are kicking fear up a notch. Number 4. Myrtle's Plantation Ghost. Located in Louisiana, the Antebellum Plantation, an historic home, is said to be one of the country's most haunted homes. Built in 1796, legend has it that the home was built over top of a native burial ground. Ghost sightings of Native American women have been reported here. The overnight team investigates the haunted Myrtle's Plantation in this scary video, published to YouTube in July of 2021. In an attempt to communicate with the spirit, the crew uses rods to ask whether they're male or female.
Can you make these rods cross? If you are a female, make them go outwards.
The spirit responds that it's female. When asked where she's standing, it points forward, and shortly after, an EMF device in that same spot starts to go off.
Oh, dude, I'm not even close. I am...
When asked if the ghost is comfortable with them being there, the ghost answers in the affirmative.
Do you feel uncomfortable with us being here? Cross for yes, cross outwards for no. Just comfortable.
Later, one of the crew sits down at an organ and starts playing some creepy tunes. Multiple devices are triggered at once, as though the spirits have all come out to enjoy the show.
Keep playing. Oh, it's working. Keep playing. That just went off. It just went off. There's no one over there.
Next, they're in a darkened room, standing with several candles lit, when a door in an adjacent room closes.
my... You see?
You can hear it squeak closed. Someone says it sounds like a kid screaming. They then try to communicate with the spirits via spirit box. These entities seem adamant that the crew remain there at the plantation. The overnight crew is told to stick around and stay in.
Stick around.
Stick around.
Stay in. They decide to test out a new device that is somewhat like a Ouija board. There are 2 light bulbs on either side, and as the wheel of letters spins, one of the light bulbs lights up to indicate the letter.
Oh, it is this.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Wait, no, but it did it out here first.
Oh, wait.
Try it again.
Yeah, it's
this.
this.
Yeah, it's this. We can spot it. Really?
Yeah, it lights up the letters.
Later, they speak to the spirits via one of the crew. They ask the spirit to wish Evan a happy birthday. The spirit says old and later 20.
Old.
The spirit also says guilty, off limits, and some sort of loud scream. They see some flashing that they believe is coming from outside. What that flashing was, they never found out. If I were them, I'd stay far away from this haunted place. Number 3, Conjuring House. Built in the 12th century, the Ancient Ram Inn is a haunted pub in England, one of the country's most haunted buildings. It is said to be infamous for the rituals performed there, the perfect haunted place for the Dark Arts TV crew to chill out overnight in. Published to YouTube in August of 2021, the Dark Arts TV crew enters what is basically the UK's Conjuring House. The crew quickly breaks out the spirit box to communicate with the entities in the inn. One of the spirits says the word demon, pretty quickly suggesting what these guys are in for.
All type of portals up in here.
Demon. Yeah.
Demon. As they're speaking through another device, they tell the entities that if they don't want them here, they won't stay. A disembodied whisper is heard.
Get out.
If you tell us to leave, we'll leave right now. We'll never come back here again. If not, we're gonna stay here.
Whoa.
What did it say? I didn't hear it.
Whoa.
Now, we'll never come back here again. If not, we're gonna stay here.
Whoa.
Right now, we'll never come back here again. If not, we're gonna stay here.
Whoa.
I didn't hear nothing. I don't hear drop.
At that same table shortly after, they're just chatting again when a jewel hanging on a candelabra starts moving on its own. One of the jewels is moving, suggesting that some invisible entity flicked it just to mess with them. Not long after, the cameraman feels that something touched his leg.
The scratch your leg.
Because what it is, and I think
Whoa, bro, someone just fucking touched my leg. Seriously, someone just rubbed up against my leg.
He jumps from the chair and twirls around. He says it felt like a cat rubbing up against him. What is in that room with them? As they notice, the candelabra jewel is moving again. They hear footsteps in the hallway.
explainable. But maybe us.
Footsteps.
No, chill.
They spring from the table. No doubt this creepy inn's
No, don't be
reputation
scared,
is
don't be
well
scared.
earned. Number
You know the
2,
attention was
sign of
closed on
the
the house.
cross. Evil spirits
better
are
be ready with the
notoriously afraid of
repercussions.
crosses. This one has no fear though. Published to YouTube by Dark Path Scary in August of 2021 and originally published by Donna Aries, this scary video gets straight to the point. Donna is sitting on the floor doing something when the cross hanging on the wall starts to swing from side to side. Donna doesn't notice at first, but it continues to swing. She must see the movement out of the corner of her eye because she finally spots it and stops in her tracks. She just sits and stares in awe as it swings back and forth. What would you think of a spirit who wasn't fazed by a crucifix? It's probably not fazed by much else. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like
Try
this
one of her
video and
family
hit
members so she
subscribe
don't
in the
mind.
next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1, boots on the ground. This creepy image has been trending online, and its mysterious origins were at first just guesswork. Well, it appears as though it was taken in what we can only guess were the last moments of the photographer's life. This terrifying encounter is thankfully fictional. I've tracked it down to the 2017 horror flick Boots on the Ground. The scary story is about 5 British soldiers who are trying to make it out of Afghanistan alive. In their final mission, they come head to head with both man and monster. Which is more powerful? Judging by this nightmare in photograph form, we're guessing these creatures won out. There's an explanation for everything, right? Wrong.
Okay.
These top 10 scary videos
Well, that
cannot
was
be
chill, scary
explained.
stuff. I think the accurate one is the house in Louisiana and probably the cemetery and especially the Conjuring. And I know if you're going somewhere that's haunted, you better be ready. If you're scared, what is your intention? I still want to know that. You want to talk to the ghosts? You want to set them free? You want to just investigate? Like what? You know, make money off the dead? Okay, that was chill. Tell me guys what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have the most awesome positive day. Stay grateful, stay blessed, and until next time, you guys. Peace.